Okay guys, so this is going to be a quick tutorial on how you could go ahead and make ceramic coasters using slab. These are really quick and simple to make. It's usually just a one-day assignment, and I'm going to have you guys work on these intermittently between making your totem pole projects or any other ceramic project that we have in class. So this is a slab roller, and on here there are 2 sheets of canvas. What you're going to do is you're going to take the first sheet of canvas and you're going to overlap it. Then you're going to take your piece of clay, something approximately this thickness, and I have the slab roller set to the exact setting. You're then going to put the first piece of canvas over the clay. I'm going to walk around to the other side. We're going to pull this through a little bit until it meets up with the roller, and then I'm just going to turn it towards the direction I want it to go. So it's really simple. You're going to get a pretty big slab, and there you go. It just makes a big sheet of clay. So I'm going to go ahead and take a seat, and I'm going to show you guys how you could go ahead and make these coasters. So here's a few different options. This is a coaster that I had originally done as a test. You could see that it is painted blue, but the inset in here has melted glass in it. And these are really beautiful. And I got the inspiration for this project from a friend who actually had purchased coasters like this for a high price of money. And I was like, you know what? I could totally replicate that. And they come out really pretty. So I'm gonna have you guys make a set of 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead in with our slab, and I'm going to have you guys go in with your finger and just go ahead and smooth both sides and get rid of any of the marks from the canvas. You'll notice there'll be like a few little bubbles or things like that. Make sure that's all smooth and nice. It's going to make it a lot nicer when we go ahead and put the glaze on it, which is a ceramic paint. Then you're going to want to flip it over. You're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. You can get really creative with the shapes you make. I'm going to let you guys cut out templates in class. This was an unglazed one from last semester. It's a little cat, so I just wanted to show you guys that one as well. What you're going to be doing, and you want to think of this as you come up with your coaster idea, is you're going to want to have a place on there that you could carve out. So you could see there's a little bit of negative space, and this student was going to paint the whole thing and then set her glass on the tummy section of this cat. So keep that in mind when you're designing the shape for your coaster. I had a student draw me up a little whale, and it's really kind of cute. I like it. It's kind of almost like a vampire whale, I guess I would say. I don't know if I'm going to be adding in all of these details on my final one, but I was really gracious to him for drawing it for me, and I thought it was really pretty cool, and I like his drawing style a lot. I'm going to flip it over on the back because this is what I plan on using for my cutout for the glass inset. What I'm going to do, once you guys have a template, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just set it down loosely on the clay. And kind of think of this as cookie cutters. So you want to fit on your slab as many as you can. I'm going to go in with either a pin tool or something kind of pointy like this. And these can all be found on the ceramic shelf. And I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to cut this out. So I'm just outlining the shape. Make sure that you hold it in one spot, and you guys will notice that I'm cutting this out on a board. If you go ahead and just cut them out directly on a table, they're probably going to stick to the table, and it's going to be really hard to get them off. Now once you cut them out, you can move them onto the table, but for now I would just hold off. You want to be delicate if you have any other little sections. So now I have this really cute little whale coaster. I'm going to set this to the side. And what you want to do, and this is why I'm having you guys practice this before we go ahead and do slab. And I want to get this a little bit closer up. I'm gonna have you guys go in and we're gonna smooth out the edges on here. And you wanna be pretty gentle with it. You don't wanna really push in too much, but you don't want any rough edges. So if I hold it up a little bit closer, you could see there's some clay sticking up off the sides. You wanna go in with your finger and you wanna really smooth that out and work on really developing it so you'll have a really nice flat coaster that doesn't have any rough edges. So I would take a while, go in, make sure you get both sides smooth, all the edges smooth. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to go ahead and do all of that because I don't want to waste too much of your time. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to make a shape to carve out so that your glass can inset somewhere on your coaster. Like I said, because this is kind of a sea theme, I almost wanted to do something abstract, something a little bit more organic shaped for my glass inset. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something like that, and let me grab one more tool that I forgot to grab before starting this video. And this is gonna be a ribbon tool or a hook tool. It just looks something like this. Once you have this drawn out, you want to carve into here. I'm going to say about halfway, maybe a little bit less. And you want to make sure that you're carving nice and even. And if you're not carving even, that's okay. We could go in and smooth it. But just go around your edges and begin to carve out the center. And like I said, it'll be easier if you do this on a board, and then you could remove them from the boards when you're done, and we're just gonna let these dry out because it is a really quick one day, easy assignment. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, because you could see that's really messy in there, and I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna smooth the inside out, make sure that all my lines are nice and crisp, and make sure that this is really even. If I have extra clay in one area, I could push it out, smooth it in, and I want to really make sure that I have that shape that I made originally, that I carved in, really sticks out. So play around with this, and the reason I'm having you guys do this before we do another ceramic project using slab is this shows you how you could make the slabs, and also some techniques in going into how you're going to smooth them, how you're going to make them look really nice, and I think it's going to benefit you later on. So if you are all finished with a project and or want to work on this intermittently with your ceramics project, you're more than welcome to, but this is what we're going to be working on primarily in class today. And I would probably continue to smooth this out. If you feel like it's really not even, we are going to be insetting glass in here, but it's really important that it's smooth. You could also take little pieces of clay like this and kind of patch it up. Make sure you're really compressing them into the clay, but you could build it up and smooth a little bit more. So I would recommend making 4 of these. That'll make a nice little set. We're going to glaze them. We're going to pick glass to inset into here after we fire them, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some cork onto the back. So this is what my coaster is going to look like before it's fired, and I hope you all come up with really unique and different ideas, and I think this will be really fun for you guys. Alrighty.